Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Zendrop Live, now hosted on YouTube. My name is Kennedy Meek and I am the Chief Marketing Officer here at Zendrop. And I'm so excited for another edition of Zendrop Live. For those of you listening, tell me where you're viewing from. What part of the world are you in right now? Drop a hi in the chat. We just want to chat with you guys a little bit. Before we get started in answering all of your questions and getting into all the fun stuff, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder that we do have a Facebook group called Zendrop Exclusive. The link to join that is in the description below. I would invite each and every one of you to definitely join that Facebook group. All of Zendrop leadership is in there at all times, answering your questions, giving you insight, giving you guys insight on different marketing tactics, as well as updates on Zendrop. A lot of Zendrop users are already in that group as well. And so it is an awesome place to get to know the rest of the Zendrop family. Additionally, if you are a newer Zendrop user or thinking about getting started in the Zendrop space or dropshipping in general, I definitely recommend checking out the Zen Rocket Challenge, which is also in the description below. The Zen Rocket Challenge is a 10-day completely free course all about starting a dropshipping business start to finish. So if you've already started out or you're new, or even if you're more seasoned, there's a lot of really awesome free information in there. And it's also a great way to get a free trial to Zendrop Pro if you haven't already tried it. There's a 30-day free trial in Zendrop Pro. So I would definitely check out both of those things as well. Hi, Sean. Salt Lake, hi, good to see you too. I'm so excited to have you guys here. So as we do these every week, basically, I want to open the floor to questions for you guys. So anything and everything about Zendrop, dropshipping, business, marketing, you name it, I'm here to answer those questions. I also have a lot of questions queued up that have been asked in our survey. So I can go ahead and ask and answer some of those questions too, as you guys are formulating your own questions. So just go ahead and pop anything in the question box that you want answered. So one question I received in our survey this week was, what are the best tools to create Facebook ads? I am such a creative person. I love creating graphics. It's where like my bread and butter is. So this is an awesome question for me to answer. There's a lot of different ways to go about this. So if you're not great with design or you haven't really started designing ads before, Canva is an awesome tool to use. We actually use Canva for work ourselves. So Canva is completely free to use, but the pro membership is also, I believe, only like $13, and it's definitely worth the price. What's awesome about Canva is that there's already a lot of pre-loaded graphics or templates in it that you can go ahead and plug in your own brand colors, your own product images into. It makes the process of testing multiple graphics when you're running Facebook ads really, really simple. What's also awesome about it is you can actually create video creatives as well. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can go with video creatives. You can actually create narrative-based video creatives, or you can go the more simplistic route and just have a few animations within the graphic. So that's kind of the direction that Canva will take you. There's a lot of stock videos as well as animated, illustrations within Canva that you guys can use to definitely really amp up your Facebook ads. So if you haven't already checked that out, I would definitely recommend it. If your budget's a little bit higher for Facebook advertising graphics, I would definitely recommend going with a graphic designer or even a video creative ads person. Viral ecom ads is one of our favorites. So, it's definitely worth the bang for your buck if you've found those winning products and you really want to amp up your ads. Using an outward source is going to take a lot of time off your plate. So Canva is a great one to start with, though, if you aren't new to the space. Another question that I was asked is, do you have any tips for creating TikToks for your products? So in previous videos, we've discussed the power that TikTok has for dropshippers, the power that TikTok has to really, really create awesome success for your online store. And getting the right types of ads out there getting the right types of videos out there is really, really important. So for TikTok, what my biggest recommendation is to test a bunch of different type of videos. You always want to make sure that the very standard parts of, video production are there, that, the video is clear, It's not blurry. It's not super messy. It's nice and well done. A few different ways to do it. If you have a product that's like very useful, for example, a kitchen gadget or, a cool electronic gadget, actually showing how the product works is going to be a really awesome way to go about this. Also, you can go the more narrative way based, saying, Bradley, we are live. If it's not showing you the audio, I would recommend refreshing your screen and coming back here. But yes, so also utilizing this product changed my life kind of narrative and, showcasing how the product works. But, with TikTok, the algorithm is definitely a little different in that you can't always predict what is going to be successful. So I always recommend using the same video creatives with different sounds behind it. Posting about 3 or 4 of the same video creative with different sounds until you kind of find where your audience is on TikTok. It definitely takes a little patience and it takes a lot of consistency. You can't just post one TikTok every other week and expect a lot of success there. So that would be my recommendation in terms of TikTok. Sean asks, is Jared still involved? Yes, Jared is alive and well in Zendrop. He is actively working on a lot of things behind the scenes right now. So he's not very active on Zendrop Live, but he will be again, and same will Brad. So both of those will be back in on the mix anytime soon. And I will let him know you're asking about him. So hopefully maybe we can get him back here next week. But yeah, Jared is still super involved. Awesome guy to work with. Super great leader and working on a lot of fun stuff on the back end. So that is why he has not been on Zendrop Lives lately. Where is Zendrop based out of? Zendrop is a United States-based company. Most of our team lives in the United States, some of it a little out of the United States, but we are a venture-backed US-based company. So actually, some of our team members are in Texas. I'm personally based out of Los Angeles. We have some team members on the West Coast, in the East Coast, in New York and Florida. We have one team member that travels all over the world. So we're kind of all over the place, but the actual company itself is based in the United States. Another question that I had come to us is, what parts of the business can you automate easily in dropshipping? So naturally, when you're starting out a dropshipping store, there's a lot of moving parts, right? You have the aspect of actually building your store, then the sourcing of the products, and then the product descriptions, and then the advertising, and then the email marketing and the social media. And then, there's so many different parts of a dropshipping business that when you're a single person trying to start your very first store, or you're actively immersed in your first store, are super overwhelming. And quite honestly, a lot of us kind of start dropshipping as your side hustle, right? It's your side hustle. You might have a full-time job or you're in school while you're doing so. And so you don't have a lot of time to be able to commit to dropshipping every single day. So the parts of the business that are very easy to automate, first and foremost, is going to be your email marketing. If you have a really good email marketing resource such as Klaviyo, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, or just 3 of the top ones, you can easily automate every single type of messaging that's going to go out to your customers in any given place. So it's really, really easy to do so. It takes a little bit of time, but definitely worth it. So email marketing, 100%. Also, social media in general. There are a lot of really cool social posting automation platforms out there. Zendrop personally uses Sprout Social as our social media manager. And so this is really cool because you can load up all of your socials with as many posts as you can make in one day, and then schedule them out on an incremental basis to go out every day, every other day, what have you. Additionally, the obvious thing to automate is your fulfillment. You can easily do that with Zendrop through our auto fulfillment on our pro membership. So this is a really cool feature that we are really proud of because it really makes the dropshipping industry streamlined. So basically, if you're on our pro membership and you turn on auto fulfillment, every single time a customer places an order on your online store, it is immediately fulfilled and sent to our fulfillment resources, and then immediately shipped out in about 1 to 3 days. So a really awesome way to automate your business and not have to think about those little nitty-gritty things that go with dropshipping, so that you can really focus your energy on your marketing and your advertising. And then another question that I got asked is, any tips with dealing with angry customers when products are taking forever to ship? So this, I think, is, every dropshipper's woe. Everyone has to deal with customer service when you're running an online business. It's very easy for an individual who's not in front of your face to get excessively angry via email or, via live chat, whatever it may be. And so angry customers is a pretty common issue that we all deal with. Now, at Zendrop, our policy is honesty is the best policy. If we're discussing shipping times in particular, the more transparent you are about shipping times up front, the less angry your customers will be in the long term. By this, I mean, our average shipping times on standard shipping is anywhere between 10 to 14 days. And so with that being the case, not saying that the product will get there in 5 days is probably going to be your best bet. Making sure that you're being completely transparent. Over delivering and under promising and over delivering is basically what I'm saying here. The best way to diffuse angry customers is having those things like free shipping and discounts right in your back pocket. Making sure that you can always offer them something that won't really, nick your revenue or nick your sales is going to be an awesome way to really keep them returning. And then the nicer you are in customer service, understanding that these customers are paying for something that you're offering and they are angry in some way, shape, or form, and just really coming to them as like a nice human being can actually go a very, very long way. If you've ever communicated with the Zendrop support team, we take that to heart so hard, in that each and every one of the people who are discussing with us are actual human beings with real frustrations or real questions. And so when you actually start to treat them like human beings, which I know sounds kind of funny because they're a human being, but it is really easy to forget, specifically if you are like bombarded with customer service inquiries. So being really upfront and honest, and then actually remembering to treat them like people is going to be the two best ways to really hone in on your customer service. And then a follow-up question asked by another Zendrop user that kind of ties into this is going to be like, when is a good time to hire a virtual assistant, and what are the best jobs for a virtual assistant? So right off the bat, a great job for a virtual assistant is actually customer support. Virtual assistants you can find them on Upwork, and they're usually fairly affordable. Anywhere between, sometimes upwards of $10, but usually not, below that. And this is a great job for virtual assistants because this can be done anywhere. And you can also have all of your scripts for customer service already written out. So that's where I would definitely start when it comes to hiring on a virtual assistant. In terms of a timeline for the best time to hire a virtual assistant, my policy is always, you need to know the ins and outs of your business before you ever decide to teach another individual to take over a part of your business. This is going to if you do this beforehand, it's going to subject you to a lot of frustration, as they might have their own ways of doing things. And if you don't have a very honed in way of doing things already, this can definitely cause some complications. Additionally, when you actually have the financial ability to hire a virtual assistant is really, really important as well. So when you're overwhelmed with too much stuff and you have enough money to be able to hire someone on a consistent basis, this is definitely the right time. Also, when you have all of the different aspects of your business completely ironed out to your satisfaction, then it's time to bring someone else in. Caesar asked the question, my chief concern is the reliability of the product listings. They are very unspecific. Support gives imprecise answers. Is there any way to identify the listings come from AliExpress import tool? So Caesar, yes, actually, if a product is imported from AliExpress, I believe that it will actually say that it's an AliExpress import. Also, that's a very quick question that you can ask support, and we will be completely honest with you. You can also see what the fulfillment resource is. So for example, we have several different we have several different suppliers on our platform. But if you see anything that says Zendrop fulfillment, that comes from our original warehouse in China. And so that's basically the easy way to do so. If you do have any concerns, though, about product listings, you can easily reach out to support, and we're happy to give you more information about it. In terms of product descriptions on our product listings, They are very generic for obvious reasons because we want you guys to be able to put your own spin on the branding, but all information is in there. And then additionally, if you're ever unsatisfied with the product that is being shipped to your customers or a test order, please reach out to Zendrop support. We will be happy to handle that for you. We want you guys to be getting the right types of products and the best quality products to your customers. Caesar, if you can follow up with your question about which of them correspond to actual products sourced by Zendrop. I believe I answered that, but let me know if I didn't. Frostmaster asks, do I use my personal Gmail for store or do I open a new one? I am planning to open more one product source, so I don't really know. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to this at all. If all of the platforms you need for your one product stores allow you to use the same email, that's very easy to do. However, opening another email is obviously free as well. So from an organizational standpoint, since I am an organizational freak, I personally would open up a different email per store just to make sure that everything is organized exactly how you want it to be. Now, for example, if you decide to close one store and completely diminish that and you want to open a new one with that same email, that's probably fine as well. But doing either or is not going to help or hurt your business by any means, as long as every account or external resource you need for your store allows for you to use that same email. Another question that I got is about what are some great winning niches to sell right now? This is the $1 million question, right? We all want to know the best types of products to be selling online. Off the top of my head, the different niches that I know that are selling right now really well, first and foremost, are going to be kitchen appliances, activewear, electronics. A lot of wellness products have definitely taken an uptick in popularity, specifically during the pandemic. At-home weights, at-home foam rollers, yoga mats, anything of that sort obviously sell online super, super well. Pet products are always going to be a winner. Those are great ones to do as well as children's products or baby products. Really understanding the audiences that you're trying to attract and what kinds of social media platforms that they usually use. So those are all some off the top of my head that I know are super popular, but let me know if you guys would like another video all about some updated product niches that are winning right now. We can definitely get that video out to you guys. Another question that I got was a user had spent a lot of money on ads for three products, but they weren't selling and they don't really want to give them up. So what should they do? So guys, the name of the game in dropshipping is testing, right? Jared has said this over and over and over again, in that, you can't get hung up on one product every single time you find one that you enjoy and it's not doing well online. We got to go through really, really quickly. Now, if you're not ready to give up on that product yet, though, my recommendation would be to change the marketing narrative, right? So when it comes to marketing online, you need to be creating a problem or necessity, and your product needs to be that solution. So if we're simplifying it down, that's kind of what it is, right? And so if you're selling a product and it's not selling well, I would go back to the drawing board in terms of the narrative you're trying to create for your ideal audience. So if you're selling, for example, phone cases and your products are not selling, there's two things here. First of all, phone cases are an extension of someone's personality. We love to change them out all the time. I have a super glittery one on my phone. Also, they're protective, right? So there's two different types of aspects to a phone case that really attract people to using them. So if you're selling a super protective phone case, maybe actually showing how protected that phone case is through a video ad would be a really great way to redirect that narrative. Or if you're selling a variety of different designs in phone cases, creating a narrative about how it's an extension of your personality and here's how you can really show your personality through your phone would be an awesome way to do so as well. So obviously this is just one example, but if you're not ready to give up on a product yet, change your marketing narrative. The caveat here though is you cannot do this forever. So if you've tried maybe 2 or 3 different marketing narratives with your Facebook advertising and a product is still not selling, odds are there might be something off with your pricing, or that product is just no longer popular right now or in demand. So you just kind of have to take the L and move forward. But sometimes there's a few things that we can do definitely in the front end to try to see if we can get that product to sell. Another question that I got was in regards to Zendrop Academy. What is it? So if you're already using Zendrop Pro on Zendrop, you might know what Zendrop Academy is. It is an incredibly extensive course all about Facebook ads and Facebook ad testing methods. So this is available only to our Pro members. If you haven't signed up for Pro yet, there are 2 ways to get a free trial. First and foremost is just to go onto Zendrop.com and sign up for a 7-day free trial, or you can sign up for the Zen Rocket Challenge. There is a link in the description below for that, and that actually has a secret code that gives you 30 days free on the Zendrop Pro. So you guys can go ahead and take advantage of those in order to look at Zendrop Academy. But Zendrop Academy is, I believe it has over 40 videos in it, and it's all about testing methods taught by Jared, Tim Bird, and a few other incredible thought leaders in the e-commerce space. And it is a really awesome tool if you want a refresher on Facebook ads and or have not run ads before and are looking for varying types of testing methods. So I would definitely check that out if you haven't already. And again, you can go ahead and sign up for a pro trial in our description below. Another question I got was about the overwhelm of scaling an online store. This user said that they found a winning product that ended up doing 2,000 in one day for a consistent 2 weeks. And the amount of inquiries coming in, as well as the amount of sales, is kind of overwhelming them in terms of they don't really know the next step. This is the best problem to have, right? Scaling your store is the best problem to have. That's what everyone's goal is here. And so when it comes to scaling your store, there is a right and wrong way to do it. Now, the right way to do so is apply for Zendrop Select. Zendrop Select is our invite-only top-tier program specifically for high-volume sellers. When you're in Zendrop Select, we basically treat you like an extension of our business. You are in a dedicated Slack channel with our team, with your Zendrop Success team. We are easily able to source external products for you, as well as handle any fulfillment issues, help you out with customer inquiries, as well as refunds. You can also use a credit card to fulfill orders, so you can definitely rack up those points or use those points that way. It's a really awesome service that we are really proud of, that we have really tailored to the ideal high volume seller. So when it comes to the overwhelm of scaling and you really feel like your store is about to skyrocket, inquiring about Zendrop Select is going to be awesome. Now, if we're not quite there yet, if we don't believe we're ready for Zendrop Select, customer support is the name of the game. Customer support and scaling your ads. So if your ads are starting to perform very, very well and you're seeing a few are really producing revenue for your online store, put more money behind those ads, and then also create different versions of that same ad to also start testing as well. So that would be, sorry, you guys, that would be one way I would definitely recommend really honing in on scaling. Also, customer support. We already talked about this before. This might be your time to hire a virtual assistant, really making sure that you're on top of customer support so that you do not lose this momentum. The more sales you're making means the more customers are going to inquire, are going to have problems, and are going to want answers. So really making sure you can stay on top of that is going to be incredibly important. So those are a few of the different tips that I would use in terms of scaling your store properly. Those are all the questions that I have written down from you guys that you've asked this past week. Does anyone else have any last questions for me? If you haven't said hi yet, drop your name in the chat. Let me know where you're logging in from. I'd love to get to know you guys more. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys for joining this week. If you don't already know, we do Zendrop Live every single week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a great opportunity for us to be able to really get to know you guys on a better level. We just started moving this over to YouTube after a brief break from Zendrop Live. So all of our other thought leaders will definitely be on here too. Jared will be back on. Brad will be back on. We'll also have some other awesome people joining the Zendrop Live. So make sure that you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. That way you will always get notifications when we go live and we schedule a live. And if you haven't already, I invite you guys to join the Facebook group, Zendrop Exclusive. The link is in the description below. This is going to be an awesome way for you to connect with us further, ask us your questions, get more immediate answers, get tips and tricks, as well as new features and updates about Zendrop. All of our news lives in this Facebook group. So again, thank you guys so much for joining. I will see you guys next week and have a great rest of your Thursday. Bye, everyone.